Hey guys, very good morning to you. A very warm welcome to the channel, and wish you all very happy new year. My name is Ajay, and in this video, video number 302, I'm going to actually discuss two questions on Excel, and they are really awesome. And as you can see on the screen, we are going to use all these functions in while actually trying to solve these puzzles, right? I received this from somebody, and I as usual, I'm going to upload the video. I'm going to discuss on these two functions. So let's go ahead and check out the questions. By the way, this is if you're watching the channel for the first time, we have 42 playlists, guys, for you. Please go through all these different playlists. As you can see here, you need to scroll it down. We have the videos on Excel VBA, Access, and Access VBA, right? Starting from the very beginner level, we have beginners videos for the beginners, we have the videos for the advanced users, we have the videos for somebody who is actually in mid of it, intermediate level. So everything you will find on this channel, if you're looking for Excel VBA or Access and Access VBA, right? Now I'm going to discuss these two questions, and I really found them very interesting actually. So I thought, let's go ahead and share it with all of you, right? So now the first question, which is this is we have serial number, ticket numbers. I have actually generated these ticket numbers, but you need to understand the question, right? Somebody got this question in the interview. Is there any method I can find that within a text value there is a capital S? Now he's talking about the capital S, right? For example, Sunrise, Santiago, Triple S, HHYJ. In the above four values, I want to capture first two because they have a capital S. So basically, guys, we are looking for this capital S. I want to count that how many values I have here which contains capital S, right? So it is very easy actually, but I think the point of confusion is that because most of the Excel functions they are all case insensitive, it doesn't really matter, right? But I have talked about this in my a playlist called Excel text functions. If you don't have any idea about find and search, please go ahead and watch this Excel test function playlist. I've talked about these two functions in very detailed manner from the very beginning actually, so you would understand this. Because in this video I'm not really going to talk much on these functions, but rather than that I will try to answer the question, right? Find actually is a function which is a case sensitive, and in this particular type of a situation, find can make your life very easy. Now what happens when you use the find function? Find function, we use it to find the position of a character or a special character, whatever you would say, right? So if you write here in small letter that you want to find the C within the text, call this text, and the start number would be 1 because I want to start my search from the first character, which is I. Now when you press enter, guys, you see that you get the error. If you know it, then you know what I'm talking. If you have no clue about it, then remember, find is a case sensitive function. Now we have here C, you can see here, but it's a capital, right? So if you write here small c, it's not gonna work. And similarly for the values like you see here, if you try to find this function, if I drag this down, see what happens. You're not gonna see the by the way, it's not actually C, it's actually S, because the question was on the S, right? So when I drag this down, you see that I got the small s here, which is this one, S. So we got the position of the S, and when you come here, you have a capital S. Now generally in Excel you don't have this, the case sensitivity issue. You use any function, you use Vlookup, match, index, if, countif, choose function, or any function, min, max, large. I have uploaded the videos on almost every topic, every useful MIS function. Just go ahead and check out all the playlists. So we don't have any case sensitivity issue, but in the case of the find we have, right? But this we can use in our favor. Reason how I'm gonna use it, what I will say now, because you want to find the capital S, so why don't you just write the capital S Okay, now when you write the capital S, you see that when you drag it down, you will get the error. Now here you don't have a capital S, though the S is there, but it's a small, right? Here you have the S and the position of the capital S is 3. Same for this, the position of the capital S is 4. So wherever you're getting the error, that means the capital S doesn't exist, right? Never ever use the search function here, because search, why I'm going to tell you about the search, because search works in the same way, but search doesn't have any case sensitivity issue, right? You can write anything. For example, the moment I'm going to write here capital S, and within the text they have the same parameters, both exactly works the same way. It's just that the search doesn't use the case sensitivity part, right? So now when I'm going to drag this, you see that you will get the position of S everywhere. So that's a big difference, guys, right? But to answer the question that I want to find only the capital S, we're not going to use the search function. Okay, this is just for your information. Now what we want to do is, so you see, if you don't have a capital S, you will get the error. So I'm going to use a if error here just before this function. You say that if error, if this function, the find function, returns me the error, then what you want to do? Well, then in the value of error, I want to return 0. So what will happen? You will have the 0 everywhere for all the, the errors. In other words, for all the values where you don't have a capital S, you will get the 0. Now it's very simple. What you can do is, either you can put the filter here. For example, I just write here count, and I'm going to put the filter here, Alt D FF, or you can go to the data and you can put the filter from here as well, and we're gonna pick up the 0 items and we can copy and paste them somewhere. Or maybe if you want to count, you see that you have just 2 entries where you have capital C. Okay, the another way is to you can also do one thing. You can countIF. You can use the countIF function, that countIF in the range, in the criteria, that's my range. COUNTIF function is a function which we use to count specific value. I have another playlist, guys, which is Excel, count and sum family. If you want to learn about these functions, please go ahead and watch those beginner level videos. Once you click on the playlist Excel, count and sum family, you will you will have around 10-12 different video titles. Based on the title, you would be able to understand that this is the basic or this is the advanced. Just go and enjoy those videos. So in the criteria, I'm going to write 0 because I want to count the 0 here. 0 means that capital S is there, and there we go, guys. So in this way you can actually answer the question. Okay, that's very simple. All right, well, simple in the sense, if you know that find is a case sensitive, else it could have been a issue. Okay, so what is the next question now? Now next question is very amazing. I'll tell you, I have read that. So we have 3 sheets here. Let's say AA, and then B, and then C. Okay, now if you see the question, I have 3 sheets A, B, C. So I just change it to AA. Let's say this is your sheet, because A is already there, so that's fine. All sheets have employee IDs in column A. From B sheet, I want to find which all employee IDs are available in sheet A and sheet B. If the employee ID in B sheet is not found, if employee ID, I think in B sheet, no, I think it's both. If the employee ID in both sheets, is not found, it's just, that's it. Then I should get the answer. It's nowhere. I want to see the answer as that sheet name where it exists. So guys, actually what we are trying to say here is, if you have an employee ID here, let me just give it a name called 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and then in the sheet C also you have some employee IDs. Let me just give it a name called 200, 300, 400 and 500. All right, now in the B sheet you have employee IDs which you want to find. For example, 22, 1, 3, then 100, then 344, and then so on, right? Now the point, what actually user is trying to say, the question which is is in popped up in, interviewer has asked you, under this remarks header, you would like to see that if this employee ID exists in this sheet, If yes, then we should see in front of this employee ID the sheet name called AA. Okay, and if it is not the case, then it should go in the sheet C. And then if the employee ID is found here, then we should see here the sheet name called C. But in case if it is not available in either of them, then we should see here nowhere. It's nowhere, right? So we can write in nowhere. So this is what we want to do. Now I want to tell you before I start, we are going to use of course the Vlookup, because Vlookup is the function which can look up all these employee IDs one by one in this. Now we are going to kind of make a loop of the Vlookup using the if is error. Okay, I'll tell you, first of all, you simply use the Vlookup. You're going to use the Vlookup, and one more thing I want to tell you that or maybe we can directly write like this. Let's start. Look up this A2 in this table, right? AA is my sheet name, and A to A I'm selecting the entire column, right? So because I don't have any table after the row number 6. Now you know, if I'm gonna write here 1 and 0 because I need the first column reference. Now you will get the error if that employee ID is not there. We know that. But if the error is there, we don't want to see the error. We want to again go ahead and check that employee ID in the C. So what you will do, you will use the is error, that if it is the error or not. I talked about this function in fact yesterday. Please go ahead and watch that video. It's on the errors. I have talked about this, and or you can also watch Excel playlist called Excel Vlookup and match functions, and that also I have talked about this. Or there is another playlist, Excel my demo online classes, so the video is there on that as well. So is error basically is a function which will tell you that if you have the error or not. Now when I have the error, I want to go to the sheet C. So what we will do, we will combine it with the if function. Okay, so I'm going to use the if function, and now this entire is error Vlookup becomes your logic. If this logic is going to be true, then what do you mean by that? Well, if the logic is true, that means that the employee ID you're looking is in 22, which is 22, is not available in the sheet AA. So I'm going to simply go and check the same employee ID in my sheet CC. So I'm going to write again, look up this A2 and check out the value in this, comma 1, comma 0. All right, and get me that value. Okay, now let's say if the answer is false means that error is not there. Now when the error is not there, you know what you need to do. That means that you got to print the value of AA, right? So what you can do right now, I'm going to use the Vlookup. I would say that then just go ahead and use this, you know, the A2 in the sheet which is AA 1, 0. Press enter. Let's just press enter, and now because it is not available in either of them, you know that 22 is not available here, 22 is not available here. So finally what we can do, if the entire output of this, I mean after trying the Vlookup here also and here also in both the sheets, if you still get the error, then what we can do, we can use the bigger error, if error. So finally if the entire function, this entire function gives you the error, then we can see that nowhere. You press enter. Okay, now we would like to drag the function. As you can see here, I have got the nowhere for all those employee IDs which doesn't exist in either of the table, in either of the sheets, and wherever you have got the employee ID, we are getting the value. Now the point is, you don't actually need the value, you know, you need the sheet name. So we can do one thing. We can say that let's write the sheet name here. Okay, so I'm going to write here sheet name sorry, it's actually double A. So double A sheet name, and similarly you can quickly go to this sheet and just write any header here. Let's say again sheet name, and write the sheet name here, which is C. Okay, now what you need to do is here in the column which the table which is A to A, you got to make it A to B. And let's get the second column, because in the second column you have a sheet name, right? So here also you would like to change this A to A to A to B, and we are going to get the second value. Now when I'm going to drag, I hope we'll get the answer. Oh, there we go. Perfect, guys. We got all the answer. And by the way, why we haven't got this, that's very strange. Let's have a look. 500 is available here, and so A to B, A to B. Oh yeah, I think I missed this part. This also has to be A to B. Okay, because we are using 3 VLOOKUPs actually. 2 to fetch the information, 1 is to simply see whether the error is there or not, right? And okay, so I got to make it 2 because we need the second column, right? Not the first column. Let me drag this down, and there we go. We got the answer, guys, right? Now I want to show you, if you still want some more revision on that. If you don't, then just you can stop the video. But if you go to the evaluate formula, you can see how the formula is going to function, right? So here we have our function. The first item, the underline item, is going to be executed. So VLOOKUP A2, you know, in the A2 I have 22. You got the 22. Now this VLOOKUP will try to retrieve the information of this 22 from the sheet AA in the column A to B. Okay, and we're going to see the second column. So if I click on the evaluate, you see, you know that VLOOKUP will not be able to find, and you will get the error. You got the error. Now the question comes, is it an error? Of course, you know it is an error, and is going to give you a value called true. Now if it is true, then what will happen, this VLOOKUP will start working, because you have written this in the true parameter. This VLOOKUP which you are seeing here, AA sheet, this is not gonna work. This will execute this only. So that's why you see here we have this A2 getting highlighted. So I'm talking about this VLOOKUP, this one, guys, not this one, because this is we have written in the false. So evaluate. Now this again is going to give the error. So if this is going to be the error, the overall result will also be an error, and then you have the if error statement. If finally the answer is the error, then we should actually see here nowhere. So in this way, guys, you know, you can actually combine the VLOOKUP with the if is error, and it works like a loop, you know. So first we try to find the error, first we trying to find the employee ID in this sheet. We said if the error comes, then go ahead and use the VLOOKUP in this sheet. And finally, if the error comes in this sheet as well, then using the if error, we are saying that just publish this nowhere. Okay, so that means if 22 is available, not available here, then it goes in the sheet C, and if it finds the 22 here, let's say, then it will stop. It will fetch the information, because this is what you have written here, that if the error comes, then error comes means that the value is not there, go in the sheet C. You can see here, that's the sheet C. But if the error doesn't come, then obviously it means that the value is available in the sheet AA, and that's why this is the VLOOKUP which you are using here. From the second column we are fetching the information which has a sheet name, right? And if both the overall the answer of this entire function returns error, then we have the if error, right? So this is how you can deal with this. This is a very I would say that kind of advanced function where we have combined VLOOKUP. We have used 3 VLOOKUPs and the if error, right? And of course the is error. Both are different error handlers, right? So I hope you enjoyed this, guys, and if you have any questions, let me know about it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll meet you soon. Thank you so much. Bye bye.